Congratulations! You are a recipient of the Effie Lu Fairchild Scholarship for a University of Oregon student who plans to work with youth in your career. The following video has been created in order for you to get a feel of who Effie Fairchild was.
Effie was an incredibly enthusiastic person. She had a love of life and a love of the people that she worked with and a really positive feeling for pulling out the good in people.
She had dual roles. Not only was she sort of a leader in the park and recreation field, but she was also a leader in the community education field. And she's the only person in the state of Oregon to ever receive the top award from the Oregon Community Education Association and the Oregon Park and Recreation Society. And that was quite a feat in those days, because in those days those two associations were not cooperating as fully as they could, and Effie was basically the bridge that brought them together.
She was well known for teaching leadership and programming at the university, so she had a very good reputation. Her students really liked her. She was the kind of faculty member who was really committed to students and to student development.
The thing that I remember most about Effie, it was the fact that she was always had a project in mind. And at one time I mentioned that I was one of the project survivors, because whenever she had a project, it wasn't just a solo. There were many of us involved, and we've never learned to say no.
Effie was always moving, so you had to walk and talk with her. You had to keep up with her. Where she was going, you had to follow. And she had enormous things for you to be involved with.
She was a spitball. She never stayed still. She was enthusiastic, smiling. She just directed. It was like an orchestra. We were all the little ones, and we just went. She created enthusiasm, passion, and she just involved people, even the shyest of us.
She was a pretty unique professional at an academic institution, particularly one that was a major research university, focused on research. Effie always kind of was not so positive about research. She did her own thing. She had her own style. Didn't traditionally fit in as a professor, but as you know, won many awards and was unique and managed to pull it all off.
Today we've been talking about thinking outside the box, but she would come up with extremely unusual activities, such as a big mud hole in the middle of a park, and everybody had to go and play in the mud hole. And that was just really, really fun.
She basically thought and impressed upon me that nothing is impossible, and miracles happen every single day.
She was talking about passion, and she was talking about what is park and recreation, and she gave me my understanding of my entire profession, is that a person's quality of life is in direct proportion to the quality of their recreation, and that at that particular time, that doctor, that human being, that individual of absolute boundless energy said that you can help people improve their lives by bringing about the joy of play.
Effie had a very skillful way that she motivated students to learn new skills, practice those skills, and to do their best, and to always bring more to the table, so to speak. She really was a motivator.
Well, one of the things I best remember about Effie is her energy, high energy, and her ability to relate to people. Our department had 400 students in it at all different levels of the program, and she always knew everybody's name, not just myself, who I was one of her students that she advised, but she knew everybody's name.
If I were to pick one person that influenced my life, it would be Dr. Effie Lu Fairchild.
My advice to you as you're going out into the world is to not be afraid of change, not be afraid of standing up for what's right, even if you're the only person standing in the room. Embrace change, be the leader, embrace play as a work ethic, work hard, play hard, and you'll be fine.
Don't forget what you've learned on this video in terms of Effie's style, Effie's uniqueness, Effie's willingness to do the unusual and the not always popular and make it popular. In other words, be your own person, do your own thing, and don't let the suits bother you too much, because you can pull it off more times than you think you can. And Effie taught me that. Okay?
Really, you can go out and you can apply this information to anything you do, and you'll be able to do it. And so that's what I would say to any student that receives this, is just know that whatever you're doing, that you can go and take this information and what you get out of your schooling and apply it to whatever you want to do, and that you can do it.
For future recipients, I would love to see the spirit of Effie live on. The passion to do things right, to be a perfectionist, to believe that programming and recreation is probably one of the most valuable tools of education. It's education at its best. It's not schooling. You've got to believe in every child you interact with, because you have no idea how much you will impact them. And you need to see the very best in each child and bring that out. It might not be the same skills and talents you have, but recognize the beauty of each individual and celebrate life.
What Effie means to me is the pay it forward, and it's about understanding that we give to the communities, we give ourselves in leadership, and that and to pass it on.
I think that Effie's one message would be play, have fun, enjoy life.
Well, I think the folks that receive this little, token of help with their education can be assured that Effie's legacy will give them strength and energy and inspiration. And there's a cadre of people that believed in her and know that you need someone to believe in you. And if this scholarship can assist you in getting where you need to go, and just at times when you can't believe in yourself, you think, I have this scholarship, and behind this scholarship is a person by the name of Effie Lu Fairchild, and she was amazing in how many lives she touched. And for all the people that we're thankful for that sent in quotes or talked about her, and how even 20 years later, 25 years later, on a daily basis, they're still working with Effie's wisdom and her keep it simple, stupid, and don't be so hard on yourself, and jump in and just do it attitude.
Okay, I want to tell you a secret, and I think I can trust you. Anyway, Effie's ashes are spread around the Pioneer Mother statue on campus. Apparently that's not a legal thing to do, but they were spread, and before I moved back to Eugene, I used to come and visit Effie every year when I'd come through on vacation. So if you want to catch Effie's spirit, you might go and hang out with the Pioneer Mother statue.
When I graduated from University of Oregon in 1980, Effie was going strong. sending all of us off, her little angels, into the world to be seeds of her good work. And when her illness came on, we kept in touch with her and supported her and tried to communicate with her as much as possible through that, because I think, like most people who are energetic or optimistic like Effie is, she just knew she could overcome it. That was her everyday motto. She just thought every day she could get up and she could whip this cancer. But it's such a devastating illness and takes so much life out of you. Her inspiration, I think, is amazing to carry on.
The Effie workshop was actually started by Effie. She handpicked the first facilitator of the workshop, a woman, Sherry Snell. That workshop was held in conjunction with a statewide conference.
Our first workshop, she actually had a garage sale and sold her items at. She was there at the coast. We had a wonderful gathering. There was a roast in her honor. It was very, very joyous and festive and partied on. And then as she went back down to California and there was less contact with her physically just because of the distance, I think we all realized how much we missed her in this community that had been trained by her and worked intimately with her on programs and whatnot. So we felt that we wanted to do this on an annual basis.
You are so divine, I love you. Your vibrations touch my soul. You are so divine, I love you. Your vibrations touch my soul. I can feel your light shining, like your body's on fire, like the gods of the moon. You know you sang a different tune, babe. Now I can feel your infinite love. If it's just a word, I'll be there for you, love. Do what you want to do, go where you want to go, say what you want to say. I'll be here listening, heart is wide open, babe, singing your song. So divine, your vibration touch my soul. So divine, I love you. Your vibrations touch my soul. You are so divine, I love you. Your vibrations